Hello, I'm Vivian. Welcome to my channel. This is how I store my supplements and alternative health meds, I guess. And I've got some more. There's the flaxseed bottle is really big, so it only fits on the top. But I keep loaded with that, and especially if I catch a sale. There's some more magnesium. There's another basket with some fiber pills. And this is a food and spices. It's supposed to be the pantry, but it's way too small for a pantry for us. And so I keep most of there's a logic to the order. I try to alphabetize it, but that didn't really work. Certain ones that my husband takes are on the top two. The nightly stuff is over here. But I'm going to fill up some containers and explain what I do. And then these are additions. I recently went through, I had this stuff in like 3 different locations, and I still keep these are the containers I use. And that's going to be kept in another location. So this time I'm going to do it differently. I used to just store my daily vitamins and then do the nightlies, but now that I'm doing the nightlies a little different, it may make more sense for me to do a week, 2 weeks of days and 2 weeks of nights. So let me get started with this. So this is what I take, but I kind of play around with it, and I'll explain what I've been doing. So I'll start with Biotin. I've been taking this for a couple of years now. I definitely have noticed some changes in my hair and nails. My fingernails used to be real brittle. Recommended dose is 1. And these you dissolve underneath your tongue or in your mouth. But I am going to take 2. I'm not going to continue taking 2 for, always. This is just until I feel I need to stop. The next one is B12. And this is also another one of those that you dissolve in your mouth. I've been researching information and looking up things about thyroid, and maybe I should be doing 5,000 micrograms of B12, so I went ahead and put 2 in there. D3. Get your make sure you can do any of these. You need to make sure that you are okay with doing that if you're not deficient. Some people can take a multivitamin and do fine. I can't. A lot of multivitamins cause me problems. I can't use them for very long. But I like this. And actually, I think I'm going to take one in the evenings. I know that's really upping it. It's winter time. I'm not outside, not getting a lot of sunshine, and kicking this sore throat thing. I'm going to do probiotics for 1 week. Normally, I do a regimen. That's in another video of a lot of probiotics and omega-3s and stuff for just 2 weeks. But I'm just going to do this for 1 week and see, and if I want to do it in next week, I'll do it. This is actually 2 weeks course right there. But I may double that. I may take 1 in the evenings too. Very important. If you watch my bowel movement video, very important. Recommended is 6 capsules. I'm doing 10. And the Miracle. I got a video just on this topic. And I'm going to do 2 morning and 2 at night. And if I have problems, pain, I may take more of these than what's in here. I recently started doing this. I've been doing bone broth, and it just wasn't getting enough into my diet. So this says to take 3. This is not the same brand I used last time, so I'll make sure. Always look for no gluten. I need to write that onto my list so I don't forget it next time, and make sure that's stocked up. I don't have backups of that. Vitamin C. I just put a video up recently about osteoporosis may actually be a form of scurvy, and taking calcium is not the way to go. We may be needing to take more C into our diet, so morning and night. One of my last blood work, I was low on E, so I had to double up on these, and periodically I just double up. I don't do that every time. So like this week I'm going to double up, next week I'm not. I'll just do the one. I'm going to take 2 of the magnesium. This is magnesium oxide. You can do your own research. I decided this is basically a big shotgun method, and it's up to your body how it's going to process all of it. But I'm going to do one morning, one night. I don't know if you can tell, but I had to switch magnesium pills. Went to this one, a little bit slightly lower. Instead of 500 milligrams, it's 400. And that's what these little giant roach eggs, that's what they look like to me. Glutamine, I learned about this in the Diet Cure book. And I don't take this all the time. I take it periodically. Especially when I'm starting to, it actually helps with cravings. I was surprised at the side effects of that. And that was when I was doing high fructose corn syrup. So it definitely, not an appetite suppressor. I'm not sure exactly. It works differently. It helps me with my appetite. I'm just working down my shelves. I take 2 calciums at night. Your body uses calcium at night, in the evening. So, and I find I sleep better when I do that, especially if I'm not having, I'm limiting dairy in my diet, and I'm just not getting enough calcium naturally. Not enough greens. Nighttime, I do 2 of these. It's supposed to be just 1. And it's got B6 and calcium, and it's also got melatonin in there, and the other stuff you can see. Excuse me. And this also helps me. I take 2 of these in the evening too, with the melatonin. Now, I was taking copper, and it's not a high dosage, it's 2 milligrams. I was taking 2 of these a day. I started out with 1, didn't see any effect. I started doing 2, didn't see any changes. I'm going to get off of it and see if I notice a change. But I'm not adding that to this week's, round. I take this for my thyroid, especially during the winter months. It's just February 1st. So, and it's supposed to be 1 for 225 micrograms. You end up with, that's the iodine. And it wasn't enough. I'm taking 5. And I definitely can tell when I'm taking it and not taking it. And what's surprising is I have a lot of seafood in my diet, and seaweed in particular, natural seaweed. So it wasn't enough to be eating that directly. I did not pick taking 5 of these arbitrarily. I didn't just pick that out of a hat and try to think of, that's what I want to do. I researched, went online, and I think I did 4 initially and then did the 5th one, and that's when I noticed the change. And I don't do this all year round. During the warmer months, I don't mind if my hands are cold. That doesn't bother me if I run a little bit cool during hot months. So, and these do lose their effect if you take them consistently over a long period of time. Now these, I tried to take these last year, about 4 or 5 months ago, and they caused me some other problems. I wasn't sure if it was this or something else. So when I gave them a try again, it worked. But again, I wasn't taking enough. I need to take 2 of these daily, twice a day. Should be with a meal. And taking 2 of the milk thistles twice a day. It's supposed to be 1. It says you can take 2 to 4 times daily, preferably with meal. By the time I eat one of these, it's almost a meal by itself. Niacin. Really not sure if that helps or not. Me, that is. And just 1 of these daily. I've been forgetting to try this. I'm just going to do it for this week. At the end, like 7 o'clock when I'm no longer eating. I keep forgetting until much later. And these are not calorie free. So, after I swallow those, I have to suck on that, and it just leaves a bad, bad taste. That's it for this round. These containers, they used to come 10 to a package at Dollar Tree, and I've seen them at Dollar General and other places for $1 also. I used to mark them, especially for my mom's medications. But I can tell that's a morning, and that's the evening, AM, PM. Well, earlier PM, later PM. And this is work. When I travel, I know how many days I'm going to be gone. I take those. When it was just taking the melatonin, and then taking the melatonin and the 5-HTP and Benadryl and all this other stuff, and wanted to take the omega-3s, the flaxseed oils, I decided this, when I did the refills, I was going to fill them up too, so that that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different bottles I would have had to gone into every night. So that's what I do. They sit in a drawer this way, and as I empty them, they get turned, put down, so I know to grab the next one. Oops. Yeah, the lids aren't always so tight. So I'll take care of that. But this is how I do my supplements. If you have any questions about why I'm doing certain ones, I think I got everything. I need to get some selenium. Sometimes I do have I do have that, so my husband doesn't have to take a whole bunch of different ones. And I didn't put iron in there. I may do iron again, but right now I don't feel anemic. And my evening ones. This just helps me to remember what the heck I'm taking. It's good to have this kind of stuff written down, take a photo of it, so I have it in my little tablet that I carry everywhere. And if I'm seeing another doctor Monday, and I'll have this information, what all do you take? And I should probably put the dosages on there too. That'll help. But what do you think? What's your system?